If you've been trying to get your autistic child to wave, clap, or even say simple words, but no matter how many times you show them, they just don't copy you. Listen, many autistic kids learn by imitation, and when parents can't succeed in teaching them how to imitate their actions, they get frustrated. They ask themselves, why isn't this clicking? Are they not paying attention? Is something wrong? If you ever felt this way, I want you to know, you're not alone. Many autistic children struggle with imitation. What seems to be a simple or easy task is actually a skill deficit for several children on the spectrum. But here is the exciting part. Imitation can be taught. Imitation is considered a pivotal skill because once they learn it, it opens up a whole new horizon for them. And when imitation skill is achieved, we will see a big jump in social skills, communication, and daily living skills. All become so much easier and faster. So today, I will show you 5 simple tools to help your autistic child learn by copying, whether it is waving hello, brushing their teeth, or even speaking. And trust me, by the end of this video, you will walk away with practical strategies you can start using today. Before we dive in, if you're new here, hi, my name is Ha. I am a behavior analyst for autistic children. I share valuable videos like this all the time, so if you want more strategies to support your child, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Alright, so what exactly is imitation and why is it so important for autistic kids? Let's break it down. Imitation is exactly what it sounds like, learning by copying. Imitation is learned through modeling, which is a technique in which an adult models an action and the child mimics it. You've probably done this before without even realizing it. When you say, do this, while clapping your hands and hoping your child follows along. Imitation is how children pick up common gestures, sounds, and actions and skills that help them navigate the world. Without imitation, learning these skills can be much more complicated. So think about it. How do kids learn to wave hello or say thank you? They see others do it first. But for autistic children, this process isn't always automatic, which is why we have to teach it intentionally. Before we dive into the tools, hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video on strategies to support your autistic child. Now, let's see how imitation helps kids learn. Imitation makes learning hands-on, visual, and interactive, and fun, which is precisely how autistic children thrive. I'll give you an example. This one applies to all of us. It is easier to learn to do something by watching rather than following verbal or written instructions. Do you agree? When you get a new camera, for example, it comes with instructions on how to assemble it, but you tend to go on YouTube and search for a tutorial because it is visual and you can copy the steps through a tutorial so much more easily than following the instructions. Side note, that is why we love YouTube because you literally can learn anything by watching YouTube. Now back to our topic. For our autistic children, instead of being told what to do, when they observe a skill performed in action, and if they have the imitation skill, they are likely to mimic that skill. For example, if your child watches you wash your hands before dinner daily, they're more likely to start doing it too. And this kind of imitation helps them build habits, follow social norms, and feel included in daily routines. Now, let's get into the 5 simple tools parents can use to encourage imitation skills. Pay attention because many parents have seen progress using these tools. Number 1, the first tool is a mirror or visual prompt. A mirror can turn imitation into a fun and engaging activity. Try sitting with your child in front of a mirror and clap your hands. This way, they can see both you and themselves copying the action. You can also use pictures or videos to demonstrate a behavior visually. For example, if you are teaching toothbrushing, show them a video that walks them through the brushing steps. Sometimes video that they like will motivate them to engage in the desired behavior, especially if the desired behavior is a less preferred one. In my last video, I explained using a child's preferred items to pair with non-preferred activities to encourage learning. Remember that most autistic kids are visual learners, and seeing actions performed makes it much easier for them to follow along. The second tool is try to use hand over hand approach. Your child might need more than just watching for complex actions. Watching is one thing, and being able to physically perform the skill is another thing. For instance, when you teach a child the peace sign with 2 fingers up, they might not have the fine motor skills to do it just yet. They might need to feel how it's done. And this is where hand over hand guidance comes in. If you're teaching them how to stack blocks, gently guide their hands through the motion of placing one block on top of another. Over time, as they gain the skill, you can slowly fade out the guidance and give them the opportunity to do it on their own. The third tool is using positive reinforcement. Reinforcement is key. Every time your child attempts to copy an action, even if it is not perfect, give immediate positive feedback. For example, if you are teaching a child to copy the word bubbles and they repeat buh, that is an effort from their end and needs to be acknowledged right away. If you want them to copy the movement jump, and if they can only shake their legs a little, it is also an effort that needs to be acknowledged. This could be verbal praise, such as great job copying me, or that is right, this is clapping hands, or it could be a small reward like a sticker or their favorite snack. The goal is to make imitation feel fun and rewarding so they are excited to try it again. The fourth tool is to integrate imitation into everyday life. I say it all the time, learning doesn't have to be a separate activity. It should be a part of your daily life. So find small moments in your routine where your child can copy you. For example, while setting the dinner table, hand them a plate and say, now you can put one on the table just like me. So simple actions like stirring the food, wiping the surface, or even pretending to sip from a cup all create natural opportunities for imitation. The fifth tool is to start small and build up. If your child struggles with imitation, start with the most effortless movements like clapping hands, waving, or touching the nose. If they are nonverbal, start with simple sound imitations like oh, ah. Small wins will build confidence. Once they can imitate basic actions, they're more willing and ready to try more complex skills. If you're finding this helpful so far, give this video a thumb up. It helps me know what topics to cover more in depth. All right, now, how can parents be patient and supportive? I know it is easy to feel frustrated when progress is slow, but the reality is that imitation is a skill that takes time, especially for autistic children. You will need to repeat and model several times until it finally clicks. So before a child can imitate, they need 3 skills. 1, good attending skill. They have to be able to attend and focus on you as you are the one who models. Before you deliver your instructions, always make sure that your child is looking at you and listening to you. 2, motor skills. As I mentioned earlier, sometimes when kids don't have the motor skills needed to perform the modeled actions, they won't be able to do it. Take jumping, for example. If a child does not have the core strength and balance, they won't be able to copy the jump. Or writing. If a child is not able to hold a pen properly and put pressure on it, they won't be able to write. 3, oral motor skills for speech imitation. Their mouth and tongue must be ready to produce sounds. That's why sometimes a speech therapist can introduce exercises to help a child practice mouth movement to help build oral strength to produce speech. If your child isn't imitating yet, it doesn't mean they won't. It just means that they need more time building those foundational skills. Start by breaking down tasks into tiny steps, offer support, and gradually reduce assistance. For example, if your child struggles to clap, start by gently bringing their hands together, hand over hand. Over time, a light touch on their elbow or their wrist will remind them what to do until they can clap on their own. As a parent, you must start incorporating imitation into your daily routine. When you wave, encourage your child to wave back. When you clap, encourage them to join you. Make it a part of playtime, mealtime, even bedtime. And most importantly, make it fun. If your child enjoys the process, they'll be more motivated to engage. My name is Ha, and I am a behavior analyst for autistic children. I have had the privilege of helping countless families transform their children's behaviors, and I want to help you too. If you found this video helpful, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you will never miss a video. I dive deep into these strategies every week, and trust me, you don't want to miss out. If you want to keep learning, check out my previous videos where I break down exactly how to understand and support your autistic child. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. See you in the next video.